If you're able to empower the thought, suddenly the power of that is big. They can make you sick just by looking at you. We have simple methods. It's a tremendous possibility.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. They say evil eye brings bad luck and can cause harm. What is evil eye, and are there methods to ward off evil eye?
So does such things exist? Yes. People can influence things. Right now, if I just take this water and look at it for a minute, we can prove today the molecular structure of the water will change. So now if I look at this, why shouldn't the molecular structure of the water inside change? It will. It can change in a positive way, it can change in a negative way. Both are possible. A focused mind is a dangerous mind. Dangerous or not is determined by the intent. If you're able to empower the thought, then the thought becomes very powerful. An angry mind, a lustful mind, a very loving mind, all these are powerful minds. The reason is not because of anger or love, simply because they become one point. Something becomes one-pointed, suddenly the power of that is big. Now if you do this, it won't hurt somebody, you know, you make it like this, it hurts somebody, isn't it? Because it's become one-pointed. The same force, but it's one-pointed, suddenly it's creating a bigger impact. So, one-pointedness may happen out of sheer awareness or with sadhana or because of anger. When you're really angry with this person, your mind is one-pointed, just see. In love it may wander, but in anger and hatred, mind becomes one-pointed. Because of that one-pointedness, it can influence. So people who are in extreme states of anger, hatred, greed, when they really focus on something, things can happen in the other person. I said it can happen, not that it will happen. It also depends on how vulnerable you are. If you are organized in such a way, external influences do not determine what happens within you. Doesn't matter who looks at you, you can be free from that. If you are vulnerable because you're constantly being influenced by everything around you, if you're in such a state, it is possible that certain people can influence you. They can make you sick just by looking at you. It's very much possible. There are people who can cause death just by looking at somebody. If you can cause ecstasy in somebody just by looking at them, you can cause agony if you want, you know. Just a different switch, that's all. It's like your tap, if you turn this way, it's hot water, cold water. Mind is just like that. It can be used in many positive, phenomenal ways. It's a tremendous possibility. But people choose to use it in different ways. Whatever we make, which can enhance life, which can save life, which can beautify life, the same things can be used to destroy life, to horrify life, isn't it? Every day it's happening, technology. You could use it whichever way. This is also just that. This body and this mind can be used in the same way. This is why Indian women used to wear a big and it was supposed to be made of certain material. Turmeric and lime was used so that it doesn't affect. Particularly if a woman was considered very beautiful, then they would make it much bigger. Because naturally people's eyes will fall on somebody who has a certain physical presence. So it should not affect her health and well-being and whatever. So they made it much bigger. So if you consider yourself beautiful, you must have. You're a tiny one, I understand. So don't get into all these things because then you will start thinking, right now I'm getting a stomachache because she looked at me. I got a headache because he looked at me. Don't get into all that. For this we have simple methods, we give you a fire wash. You know what's fire wash? It's called klesha nashana.
That means an act which will take away the impurities that gather around you. Because your body is not just here, your body doesn't stop here, it extends itself. Have you noticed? Probably women are more sensitive to this than men. You don't have to be touched by somebody. If somebody comes a bit too close, not a psychological thing, that's a different matter. Psychological and emotional aspects are there. Leaving that, if somebody comes too close, right there itself there is a feeling that, you want some distance. They haven't touched you, just like this. This itself causes some disturbance, isn't it? Because the body doesn't end here, the energy is little beyond that. How much beyond that depends on how exuberant your life energies are. If your life energies are truly exuberant, you can fill this hall with it. Otherwise, it is at least a little bit. For most human beings, it could be anywhere between 3 to 9 inches outside of their body. So you gather material on your body, you wash it. Similarly, you're gathering other kinds of material upon your energetic system. You can wash this water with water, certain impurities will go with that. Similarly, there's a fire wash, which you're calling drishti. Is it necessarily happening because of other people's look or not, that's a questionable matter. But impact of life around you upon your energy system is definitely happening. If you have a spiritual process within you, that is, you're doing some kriya or you're doing some meditative processes, then you don't need all this, because you know how to wash yourself from within. People of a nation elect a government today. Tomorrow morning, somebody is saying, we must pull it down. What is this? In Andhra Pradesh, we are working in the education sector, so I have a joint Telugu Desam party. With the Rally for Rivers, we are very active with the Karnataka government right now. You think I've joined JDS?
Some media houses, every now and then they report on your association with the BJP. Could you please comment on that?
My association with Bharatiya Janata Party? I have never been associated with any political party, nor will I ever be associated with any political party. But when people elect a government, I think it is my fundamental duty as a citizen who is living in this country to do everything possible to support that government to do their best. It has become a disease. People are trying to throw away one of the greatest gifts that we have in modern society, which is democracy. Democracy means that one among us could stand up and become a leader of the nation. We want to throw this away. Everywhere this is happening, not just in India. I saw this happening seriously in United States of America after this election, happening in India. Today you people of a nation elect a government today. Tomorrow morning, somebody is saying, we must pull it down. What is this? You have forgotten that 100, 200 years ago, if power had to shift from one person to another, how many heads rolled on the street, how much blood flowed on the street? You've forgotten this. Today, by casting a ballot without a drop of blood flowing, power is shifting from one group to another, which is not a small thing. Even within a family, blood will flow if power has to shift. That's how it is. If there is enough property and wealth, if power has to shift within the family, blood will flow. But somehow we evolved a system where we can shift power of an entire nation without blood flow. Do not underestimate this and do not throw this away. It is the business of every citizen. To understand that democracy is a functional democracy only when every individual votes according to their judgment of what it is. Not because of religion, not because of caste, not because of creed, not even because of party. No matter what, I will vote this party. You are a bloody fool, you are destroying the democratic fabric of a nation. What it means is, what I see as right, who I feel is best for this country right now, to him I will vote, to her I will vote, not the other way around. So people are saying, because the central government is Bharatiya Janata Party, of course, I will do everything possible to support this because it matters for the country. I am not supporting Bharatiya Janata Party, my commitment is for nearly 1.3 billion people, half of them in a very bad state. Well, in Tamil Nadu, we are working with the local government, so you can say I have joined AIDMK. In Andhra Pradesh, we are working in the education sector, so I have joined Telugu Desam Party. With the Rally for Rivers, we are very active with the Karnataka government right now. You think I have joined JDS? Yes, I have. Because I want you to understand, if you do not bow down to the people's will, you think your opinion, what I think is more important than what the people have elected, this means you don't believe in democracy. You want feudalistic nonsense once again. That's what you want. So a whole lot of people, essentially people who have nothing else to do but to comment on other people's lives. This has become a full-time job for a whole lot of people. Now because central government is on and I think last 4 years have been very effervescent governance. Are they all right? No, we can disagree with them on many things. But we have elected them, it's our business to support them. When the next election comes, it's for you to evaluate whether they've done well or not. If you don't like them, get somebody else. Yes. That is so with every government, that's what democracy means. So, this is for Bharat, not for Bharatiya Janata Party.
What is the mission that you're on?
No mission. My experience, I'm trying to just rub it off.
There's only one goal for life, for all life. This life wants to become full. This is the only goal every life has.
2023, let's light it up, huh? Consecration is an effort to encapsulate that energy, generally is referred to as the divine. It draws people's attention and creates a possibility for enhancement and empowerment of life.
We have strengthened the third eye in a big way. She is more driving towards mukti.
I feel blessed to be here on the holy occasion of Mahashivaratri in the presence of Adi Yogi.
This is not of belief, going to heaven. This is not about seeking solace. This is a day for everyone to commit themselves to become genuine seekers. Play is not just in the field of playing a game, bringing that playfulness into every aspect of your life. Let's make it happen, create a playful Bharat. What do you say?
I'm glad to know that the event has become an effective tool for social transformation.
Renowned yogi SADHGURU, the founder of the Save Soul movement, spoke at COP28.
This is the fundamentals of democracy. If 60% of any electorate clearly states, we are concerned about the soil, what about our children, what are you doing for them? If you don't do this, we will not elect you. This will become the electoral issue. Once it's the electoral issue, it's action.
Thank you for your leadership. He has the magic.
The celebration has happened, the attention has moved towards soil, that's a big celebration for us.
पहला मैसेज सद्गुरु जी का है।
इस मन की बात में मन के स्वास्थ्य पर बात करना हमारा सौभाग्य है।
A chemistry of peacefulness, joyfulness, blissfulness is something that has to be brought into every individual's life and the entire humanity. Let's make it happen.
सामान्य तौर पर सद्गुरु जी ऐसे ही बेहतरीन तरीके से अपनी बातों को सामने रखने के लिए जाने।
And we're doing a large meditation session, is that right?
Not very large, about 12,000 people.
Not large.
What is moving here is not the clock. This is life ticking away. This moment when I'm with you, I'm 100%. You are the most important person in my life right now, and that's how I live. I'm only an outpouring of who I am, no matter where I am. Shambhavi means it's a twilight zone, to be rooted in the body, but to touch a dimension which is beyond physical nature.
The meditation was phenomenal.
To be with Sadhguru is always a great event.
My intention is not to initiate the whole world. I'm hoping each one of you will at least transform another 10 lives around you, not by teaching, just by your way of being. A guru is not a teacher. A guru is not a guide or a philosopher, nor a friend. He is there just to light it up. So today, 40 years after that day, here we are relaunching Inner Engineering Online once again in a new format, in 7 steps. Transform your life with Sadhguru. Let's make it happen. The most significant aspect of being in Samyama is that you move from seeing and experiencing meditation as a practice to meditation as a quality of your life. The thirst for knowing what is the truth about my life has gone up many fold, particularly in the youth across the world. Never before a spiritual effort has been made on this scale. Being in a guru's lap means this is about cooking yourself up to become vibrant. If your thing is wanting to dissolve, you don't have to say a damn thing, just sit. Today, being Buddha Purnami, it's a reminder, if you don't rise above your intellect, mental ailment is a natural outcome. Before Sadhguru launches his Conscious Planet movement in 2024, I will be at least little bit above my buddhi. The most important thing that we need to build on this planet is great human beings. Being a yogi means you have become like a temple. A temple is not doing anything, but it exudes a certain energy. This must happen. Only then you know what it means to be a being. Essentially, you're not suffering life, you're suffering two most important faculties, a very vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. Every day, millions of people, if they close their eyes, tears of ecstasy are washing their cheeks. This is the only achievement I have, rest is all circus.
We are about to celebrate 5,000 years of yoga's history. Sadhguruji is here because he can share with us his wisdom.
Sadhguru, we welcome you to UNESCO.
The importance of yoga is to explore
the limits of your individual nature.
Policymakers understand it's a concern, they'll make the right policies. Say something about soil every day to someone, or at least on your phone, or sign off as Save Soil.
Viral videos essentially of our ISRO scientists before Chandrayaan-3's launch, visiting temple.
Why can't they?
This is science, why are you mixing faith in it?
Temple is a tool for opening up certain possibilities. We are not asking God to make our Chandrayaan successful. The scientist is looking how to upgrade himself to do this enormous task. In another 35 to 40 years' time, when over 70% of the population has no religion, either everybody will be a drug addict or an alcoholic, or they will be a meditator. It's our responsibility to see they turn inward, not get destroyed with chemicals. Heart of hearts, I don't have all those things. I broke my heart into 1,000,000 pieces and threw it away in the world. I live not because of my values. I live not because of my morality. I live not because of some commandments from somewhere. I live out of my humanity. Entrepreneurship means you want to wear the hell out of your life. You're not looking at how to do less, you're looking at how to do more. Entrepreneurship should not be just seen as another way to making a living, it's a way to make life. This is a choice that you have. Either you just make a living or you make a life out of this. It doesn't matter how big the business becomes. How full is your experience, that's all that matters. The important thing is to create spaces and times where you can simply be still and in silence. It is in the escape of silence that all sounds can happen.
Thank you so much for this conversation.
Absolutely fantastic to see a river of devotion flowing here. At 85, he still practiced just to hit a ball, look at the devotion. What did I do to earn this? Come here, come here, come here.
वो है जिसने जिंदगी के रास्ते पर रोशनी छिड़की।
वाह वाह वाह।
Sounds of Sanity, Discovering Inner Peace, a conversation between Black and Sadhguru.
Love is not what you do, it is something that you can become. It was wonderful to meet Rafa. You are on 4 wheels, a young man, I'm on 2 wheels for my age.
I gotta say, it's pretty impressive.
Keeping yourself in the best possible way is the most fundamental responsibility that you have, because whether you do the best or not may depend whether somebody will live or not. What is Shiva? Or who is Shiva? It's not a question I can answer, but I can transmit. Bharat does not need fighting spirit, it should be the spirit of life. Welcome to all of you for this Naga Panchami. How profoundly you perceive will decide how successful you are. Save soil, save soil, save soil.
This life wants to become full. This is the only goal every life has.
How do you keep yourself calm when you want to?
There's only one rule, never collide with anything. This goes for your life also. Today I've made some nice ragi dosa, you must eat and see.
How do you hold on to that joy?
There's nothing to hold on to. If you don't hold on to anything, you'll be joyful.
He's very grateful to you for this opportunity.
I'm being brailled. So right now we are building what is called as farmer-producer organization. Right now we have 24 of them. They have done fabulously well. And their lives and their family life, everything has changed significantly simply because it became a collective effort. This is the first poem I wrote in Isha Yoga Center. Successful leader means just that. What they see tomorrow, you see today. That's all.
It is always a great pleasure to listen to Sadhguru.
Here I am at India-Pakistan border. Our brave men and women are doing their best. It's a great honor to be here in Benas. What you do here in the next 2 to 3 years' time could be a module for the entire world of reviving soil.
Seeing you. Just don't see me, man. Stand with me and do something, no? Flying this vintage machines.
The important thing about my life is not about predicting your future, about empowering you to create your future. Next year, 2024, we are launching a global movement called Conscious Planet. Be a part of it.
There are things happening in the world which affects every life. It's my intention, it's my wish and my blessing that you must ride this. It doesn't matter where you are, you don't have to believe or disbelieve anything, you just have to experiment a little bit. You must learn to ride the tsunami of Mahashivratri.
Hello Sadhguru! I've been following you for quite some time through YouTube, and I also follow the spiritual practices that you offer. But as a non-Hindu, I don't know if I can relate to Shiva. Is Mahashivratri still relevant for me?
Oh. Mahashivratri is of significance because of the planetary situation. So, Mahashivratri is relevant for every life that's upon this planet. When I say every life, if you're a worm, an insect, a bird, a tree, an animal, particularly if you're a human being, because to benefit, to really benefit, you need a vertical spine. Fortunately, we, the human beings, are the only ones who have attained to this possibility of keeping our spines vertical when we wish to. Those of you who've gone down, wherever you are, time to keep it erect. Because on this day, there is a natural upsurge of energy. Doesn't matter what religion you belong to, what culture you belong to. If you have a spine and it is vertical, you can immensely benefit. But even if you are an invertebrate, you can still benefit. Well, there is a lot that we can say about this as to how it happens. But to give a very simple example, all of you know that today our modern ships are nuclear-powered and, you know, they are of a different kind. But still, for a sailor, but especially if you were a sailor 100, 200 years ago, where you were depending upon the sails, the tides in the ocean determined where you go and when you go. Tides essentially means because either of full moon or because of new moon. Those 2 to 3 days, the entire ocean rises. Millions of trillions of tons of water rises. You must know this, 96.5% of water on the planet is in the oceans, and it rises significantly on that day, on those few days rather. This is also one of those days. So all the fluids in the world are rising. When the ocean can rise, yourself, wherever you are from, whatever culture you are, whatever you believe or disbelieve, your body is nearly 2/3 water. When the ocean can rise, do you believe the water in you doesn't rise? Is it possible because you're not born in India, it is not rising for you? It does. Anyway, it does. If you are conscious, you can make use of it for your well-being. Of the 12 to 13 Shivaratris that appear in a calendar year, This is called Mahashivaratri in the month of Magha, where it has maximum impact on the system, simply because of the tilt and the position of the planet in relationship both with the moon and particularly with the sun. So, what you believe and disbelieve, what culture you come from, what you look like, doesn't matter. There are things happening in the world which affects every life. Mahashivaratri is one of them, it affects every life. Those who are conscious can make use of it to become exuberant, ecstatic lives. You also know, on full moon days and new moon days, those who have unfortunately lost their mental balance and who are in serious conditions, let's say in institutions, those days all the institutions take extra care, because those days one's madness is also exaggerated. Because this is not about madness or meditativeness, it is just an upsurge. When there is an upsurge, when there is a big wave, if you know how to ride the wave, it will be great joy. If you do not know how to ride the wave, you will get crushed by the same wave. Somebody who is an expert wave rider, his dream is a tsunami. He would like to ride it. But the word tsunami would strike terror in most people's minds. So this is the same way. There is a little bit of a tsunami within you. It's my intention, it's my wish and my blessing that you must ride this. You must ride this towards your well-being. You must ride this to become an exuberant, an ecstatic human being. It doesn't matter where you are, you don't have to believe or disbelieve anything, you just have to experiment a little bit. If you're against experimentation, because you're attached to some dogma, some fundamental belief systems, well, you can still experiment, but if you're against experiment, obviously you're fearful of the truth. Truth is not a bad thing. Truth seems to threaten you only because you've invested heavily in falsehood. If you have not invested in falsehood, what is the problem with truth? That is the best thing that can happen. But truth can dismantle things that you have invested in. This is a brief life. There are only two things to your life. When it comes to your experience of life, the profoundness of your experience. When it comes to your activity, the impactfulness of your activity. This is all there is to life. Rest is all nonsense made up in your head of wealth and fame and this and that. This is all in your head. There are only two things, profoundness of experience and impactfulness of action. This is all there is to our lives. If you want this, if you want to craft your life in such a way that you determine how profound your life is and how impactful your actions are, then you must make use of these forces. You must learn to ride the tsunami of Mahashivaratri.